Saturday, August 3rd, 2019, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. This morning I received my time to retire the old lady of Threadneedle Street mug. It's my equivalent to the end of Fed mug for the Bank of England. The old lady of Threadneedle Street is a nickname for the Bank of England. So here's the mug. It says, "Time to retire the old lady of Threadneedle Street and shut down the bank's doors." And in the back, it's got a famous quote by the founder of the Bank of England. It says, "The bank hath the benefit of all interest on all monies which it creates out of nothing." That's William Patterson, the founder of the Bank of England in 1694. So yeah, I got my my mug. It's in the Teespring store if you're interested. I also happen to be wearing my t-shirt, the same t-shirt as the mug, the Retired the Old Lady of Threadneedle Street t-shirt today. I'm going to do more than a video today. This one is about gold in different currencies and how all the fiat currencies continue to sink against gold. It's a theme I've been covering for over 10 years. Even before I started my YouTube channel, I used to write a blog called forsoundmoney.com. I don't do it anymore. Marketoracle.co.uk used to publish my articles. Articles called Currencies. They're all sinking. I have covered this in the past through my videos. Of course, I get new subscribers all the time. And it's also a good way to update where the currencies are, how they're doing, versus the currency of kings, which is gold, of course. So yeah, I've been beating this drum for many years. Here's the article that was published at marketoracle.co.uk. So by me, Mario Maneco. It says, "Last December we wrote in They Are All Sinking about how our present monetary system is a dollar-based system and how it has evolved. We also noted how all major so-called hard currencies, along with the dollar, had been losing value against gold since 2001. In part 2, we will be giving an update on how the major fiat currencies are faring against gold at present time." So this is in 2007, April 2007. So at the time, and I'll just go through here, so you can see how this process has been, I know we've had ups and downs, but over the long term, they continue to sink. This is what I said 12 years ago. Our latest calculations show that the dollar, the euro, the British pound, the Swiss franc, and the Japanese yen have continued to lose value against gold. Since we last wrote, the dollar price of gold has gone from $618 to $684 today, which is a gain of 10.68% for gold. Against the euro, gold has gone up from 472 to 502, gain of 6.35%. Versus the British pound, gold is up to 342 pounds from 316, a gain of 8.23%. Swiss franc has lost 9.15% as gold has risen from 754 to 823. And lastly, against the yen, we have seen gold rally from 73,000 to a present price of 81,100, or a debasement of 11.09% for the Japanese currency. And this is how it concluded the article. It says, "As can be seen, talk of death of the dollar is only partly true. We feel that it is more appropriate to talk of the demise of the fiat monetary system, and with it the death of all the currencies that make up the system." And my views haven't changed since then. With that, I want to update you on the fiat currencies against gold. I'm going to start with the Aussie dollar, XAU-AUD. And all the charts that and what I've done with the charts is turn them left twice on the tools, so they're upside down actually. So instead of seeing gold rising, we're seeing this chart drop. So as you can see here, this is from 2006, April 2006. So at the time, 1 ounce of gold was around 800 Aussie dollars, just below there. If you can see upside down, I'm sorry, but at least it gives you, shows you how they're sinking. And we're actually making new lows. The Aussie dollar is making new lows against gold, or gold is making new highs. We're above 2,000 now at 2,124. So Aussie dollar continuing to sink. Aussie dollar seems to be sinking the fastest out of the major currencies that I've looked at. So the next one is the Kiwi, XAU, NZD or NZD. We see that in April of 2006, we were just around $900. Right now, we're at 2,210. It's not sunk past the level that it sunk in the 2011 high, but it's very close to. So that's the Kiwi dollar. Let's look at the Canadian dollar, or the loonie. Well, the loonie looks like it's making a new, sinking to new depths here. We are at 1909 in the loonie or Canadian dollar. You can see that in 2006 it was trading as, and you can see that since 2006 when we traded at 800. Now gold is up to 1909. So the Canadian dollar continued to sink as well, and it looks like it's sunk below its previous low in 2011. Let's look at the XAU GBP. We're right on the brink of sinking to new lows. The high in gold yesterday or the night before, Thursday to Friday, was around 1194, and that's where the all-time high is from 2011. So, and look at where we were in 2006 and 7. We had a 300 handle in the price of gold in sterling, and now we're at 1190. So sterling also continued to sink, and it looks like it's going to sink to new depths very soon. Swiss franc. I spoke about the Swiss franc in my article 12 years ago, and nothing new there either. It's doing a little better, the Swiss franc. It hasn't sunk as far as the previous currencies I've looked at, but it's sinking. It hasn't caught up yet to the depth that it went to actually in 2012. Some of the European currencies, they bottomed versus gold later. And you can see here in 2006, gold was as low as 680, so now it's 1421. And the Swiss franc is supposed to be one of the better fiat currencies or paper currencies, but they're all like no competition for gold, really. Let's look at the euro. Euro very close to sinking to new depths here, and the high in gold was actually a year later than the high in gold in dollars. We did have the government bond crisis, the euro crisis in 2012, and that's why gold went up so well, where the euro sunk so much against gold. But as you can see now, we're starting to sink again. We're at 1301, the price of gold. Back in 2006, gold was as low as 440, so continuing to sink as well. Now let's look at the yen, Japanese yen. I do have a few Japanese viewers for Maneco 64, and of course it's one of the major currencies, and you can see how we're actually right near the depth, the all-time low. And as you can see with the Japanese yen, it's actually been sinking quite steadily since 2006. The deepest it sunk was actually in 2013, so we're very near there. That level is around 156, 157,000 yen. Right now we're at 153,000. So every currency sinking, as you can see. And now, lastly, I'll look at the dollar versus gold. The advantage this gives American domiciled viewers, people who hold a lot of dollars, is that you've got, how can I say, a heads up looking at the other fiat currencies, because I think the dollar is going to go the same way, and it's got more room to go than the other currencies. As you can see here, we're nowhere near the depths that we reached in 2011, just above 1900. And as you can see here, we're around 1440. When I did the chart yesterday, it was 1445, as you can see there. In my opinion, looking at the other currencies and seeing how they continue to sink and make even new depths like the Aussie dollar and Canadian dollar should be a warning, in my opinion, to people who hold a lot of Federal Reserve notes or dollars. So as you can see, these fiat currencies have continued to sink versus gold over the last 12 years. Yes, there has been ups and downs. Unlike a piece of lead, if you threw it in the sea, it sinks straight to the bottom. Fiat currencies have a life of their own. They have the central bankers trying to control the sinking to the bottom versus gold, and that's why we see ups and downs. I personally feel, my opinion is that it's served me well since 2002, since I started stacking precious metals, to hold on to it. Of course, there are times where you liquidate it, but I don't recommend liquidating it into fiat currency. Of course, you need to do it indirectly, but if you have an emergency, bills to pay, or if you have an opportunity, a business opportunity, or you want to help a family member start a business, of course, you liquidate your savings or part of it. But if not, if you have your business or your job and you're generating a steady income, I don't see any reason why, at least I try not to get rid of my precious metals or trade it back to paper money. I think that's a useless exercise. Unless, of course, you just want to trade the paper gold. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and you can also follow me on Twitter, Steemit, and on DTube. I wish you all a great weekend. Take care. Bye.